Welcome to ChadLocks, your new favorite sports betting show. Join Chad as he fearlessly delivers his locks with little to no research, blind confidence, and just enough charm to make you forget the results. It's not as much about winning, but more about the process and blaming the refs and coaches when it all goes sideways. It's time to lock in.
Welcome in, everybody. Week 6 of the NFL season of ChadLocks. I am your host, Chad Rink. You can find me on the X at Chad Ocho Rinko. You can also find me on Instagram at RinkNado. You can check out all the ChadLocks, our fantasy football show, the Fantasy Football Island, the Slating Rink, all the other shows on FanStream Sports at fanstreamsports.com. We have done a great job so far, I think, in the early part of the NFL season. Like I said, we are on week 6, so we're about a third of the way through. After last week was not a good betting week for the major plays that we did on the show. So we'll kind of go over that. We were down 2.9 units last week, but through 5 weeks, we're up 24.42 units. And that is mostly due to week 1, the Baltimore Buffalo over, which we made 11 units there. And then 2 weeks ago, we did the Ashton Genty ladder up to 130. So that was huge for us there. So last week, Thursday night football, that was a rough one. We had Kendrick Bourne 40 or more receiving yards. He crushed that pretty much in the first quarter. Had CMC 7+ receptions. That was a little bit of more of a sweat than I thought it would be, because I think he had 5 receptions early in the second quarter. I think he had his 5th reception when he scored that touchdown. And then I don't think he got another reception until late in the fourth quarter. And then he got another one in overtime. So, but the one that missed was the Rams money line. So that Kyron Williams fumble at the goal line with 1:05 left was brutal for us. And the horrible play call that Sean McVay did on the 4th and 1 in overtime. So I lost a unit there. The other 5 bets that we had, I did hit CMC 8 receptions. That was the one. He had 7, and then he got the 8th one there in overtime. So that one hit. We were up 2.55 units there. We then did lose 1 unit on the next 4 bets, Baltimore money line, which was horrible. Justin Fields over 47.5 rushing yards. I don't think he'd hit 20. Had Cleveland under 13.5. I really thought they had not hit 20 all year. Rookie quarterback, but they got that pretty quick on us, so did not hit that one. And then Jameson Williams with a over 21.5 longest reception. I believe he only had 1 reception for 9 yards, so we missed 4 units there. And then our 5 for 5, we again hit 3 of the 5 touchdowns. We did hit Jonathan Taylor, Devon A-Chain, and Sam Laporta. We missed Breece Hall and Trey McBride, so we were down a half a unit there. If you did, though, so personally, so those are the ones I'm counting because those are the official ones. I did last week talk about a lot of 2 touchdown bets that I liked. I think I had probably 10. I ended up betting 3. So I had one where it was Breece Hall, Devon A-Chain, each to score 2 touchdowns. And then I had a half a unit on that. And then the other 2 I did play Jamar Chase 2 touchdowns at a half unit. So that ended up cashing for me 7 units on that one. And then the one that I liked, and it was at a plus 3,500, was the Theo Johnson 2 touchdowns. And he crushed that in the first quarter. So, and that was all they scored, I believe, that game. So that one, that half unit, that one earned me 17.5. So I didn't count it in our official, counter for the year because it wasn't an official play, even though I did talk about them, but I did play those. So I do like those 2 touchdown bets. I don't have any for today. I haven't really looked into the 2 touchdown bet market, but if you follow me on X, Instagram, I will probably post some of those that I like, and then I'll let you know which ones I play. So we're just going to go back to it, do our 5, and then do our 5 for 5, and then we will do live Thursday night 3-leg parlay. So let's dive into this. So the first bet that I do like, it's an alternate line, It's Dallas minus 5.5. I got it at plus 132 on bet 365. So I believe the line is at 7. And so this game, I think Dallas should win pretty handily. Um, but Carolina, I'm not scared. It's 3. They're minus 3. The alt line's 5.5. That's what it was. So I just I I don't know. I think I want to get plus money because I don't think Carolina is going to be able to score as much as Dallas can. I think Dallas can put up 30, 35. I don't see Carolina scoring, even as bad as Dallas's defense is. I don't see them scoring more than 24. So I think Dallas can score 30 on this Carolina team. I'm taking 5.5 at plus money. The next one I do like is the Chargers at Miami with their team total. I'm taking over 24.5 at minus 105, and that one is on DraftKings. The one on Bet 365, it was you either had over 23.5, which was at minus, I think it was like 120, something like that, or it jumped up to 27.5. So on DraftKings, I could get over 24.5 at minus 105. Again, Miami's defense is not good. Even with Omari and Hampton out, I just think the Chargers are going to be able to throw the ball whenever and however they want. So I do think the Chargers put up a bunch of points on Miami. So I'm going to take over 24.5 at minus 105. Again, that was on DraftKings. Another one I like is Indianapolis. That's the one I was thinking. Indianapolis minus 7. They are playing. They're playing at home against Arizona. Kyler Murray's banged up. They've got their backup running backs in. Indianapolis has looked so good, and I think Arizona's broken the way that game unfolded last week. I don't know if they can recover from that. I just don't think they have the talent to do that, and I think Indianapolis has proven that they are for real. So I'll give me a touchdown, and then I can take the push if they do win by a touchdown. So it's at minus 112 at DraftKings. And then the last one is going to be another alt line. The Green Bay is at home against the Cincinnati defense. So there are a lot of ways we could go with the Green Bay side of things in this. I'm going to go ahead and take Josh Jacobs, 100 plus rushing yards at plus 225 on Bet 365. So I just think the Packers are going to be up in this game. They are going to run the ball, and I think they can just run it however they want. There's not going to be much resistance with this Bengals defense. And I just don't know who on the Green Bay receiving side I would want to take with yardage, receptions. Tucker Kraft, probably the safest bet, but this could be a golden game finally. You could have Dobbs, big head Dobbs coming back. So I don't know. I just think Jacobs is probably going to get 100 yards. I don't see how they're going to stop him. And if the Packers are ahead for most of this game, which I think they will be, they'll rely on Jacobs. He could break off a longer type run, get there pretty quick. So I do like Josh Jacobs getting 100 or more yards in this game at plus 225. It might be one I would look at to maybe ladder a little bit. I just don't see him like I did Genty against that Bears game, because I thought that Raiders game would be a little bit competitive, and it was. This game could just get out of hand pretty quick. And, if they get down there, pass interferences, short fields, whatever, he may not get to 100. So I just don't, if I felt this game is going to be more competitive, then I would probably maybe look to ladder it. Because right now, Jacobs is over under. It's already set at 79.5. So you could do 80, 90, 100, and then you could go up to maybe 120. 120 is at plus 525 there. I don't know if I would do that or not. I may ladder it up to 100, but I'm just going to take the 100 probably here. So those are the 5 bets I do like, just the straight bets. Dallas minus 5.5 at plus 132 on Bet 365. The Los Angeles Chargers over 24.5 at DraftKings at minus 105. I forgot the fifth one too. I'll get that. Indianapolis -7, -112 on DK. Jacobs 100 plus rushing yards, plus 225 on Bet 365. And the other one I skipped over because it is a later game is I do like Pat Mahomes over 270 passing yards at plus 115 on DraftKings. I think that game is going to be one. It's going to be extremely high scoring. It has an over under of 53. They're at home and they're playing Detroit. Detroit's secondary is not world beater. So I think the way their running game is right now with who they have in that backfield, they're gonna have to pass the ball a lot. And I think Mahomes is going to just be able to pick apart that defense. Even though Rice is not back, Worthy is back. With Worthy, Brown, Thornton has looked really, really good. And you still got Travis Kelce. So I think Mahomes is going to be able to find open receivers, and I like him over 270, even though he's hit it over two. He's hit at 270, and then he hit 318 last game. So I do like it. His line is at 263.5. So I just bumped it up a little bit to get plus money. Like I said, I think this game's gonna be high scoring. And if this game's gonna be high scoring, I think there's gonna be a lot of possessions. And I just think that the Chiefs are gonna have to throw the ball all year to really move the ball, unless they go grab a guy like a Breece Hall or maybe an Alvin Kamara, something like that. So I do like Mahomes over 270 passing yards. And in this kind of environment on Sunday night at home playing Detroit, because they're going to have to score. So I do like that as well. So those are the five. And then I've got the normal 5 for 5. So if you are new to the channel, new to this program here, on ChadLocks, we do a 5 for 5 where we pick 5 players to score a touchdown and you put $5 on it. So we have not hit this yet, although I did the math on it. If we do this for the entire season, it's going to be $90 we'll spend, $5 a game for 18 weeks. If we hit one of these weeks, it's going to profit. So I think we can hit one out of these 18. We've done pretty well. Of the 5 weeks, we had 1 week, week 3, where we had none of the guys scored. 3 of the weeks, we had 3 of the 5 score. And then 1 week, we did have 4 of the guys score. So we've been on it pretty well, except for that week 3, 3 and 4 guys hitting. So I think we will hit it at some point. And then again, all you got to do is hit one. You could be 1-17 and people are going to come at you like, you're 1-17 on this. Yeah, I'm picking 5 guys to score a touchdown in a week. That's a little bit difficult to have 5 guys trying to figure that out. But it doesn't matter if I'm 1-17 if I spend $90 and I end up winning $210. That's a win for me. I don't care. It's not about your record. It's about profit. So this week, it's going to be mostly there's 2 guys that do have plus money on it. So 5 guys I like. I do like Saquon tonight in New York. I think they're going to try to find a way to get him in the end zone playing in New York, or technically New Jersey. But going back against the Giants, I think it's going to be a heavy dose of Barkley. And I think they do find a way to get him in the end zone at least once. So I do like Saquon tonight to score. We talked about Josh Jacobs earlier. I do like him to score against the Bengals as well. And then the other one that is minus is Javonte Williams. I do like Javonte Williams to score against the Panthers. So the way I've been trying to do these are trying to get good game scripts where the over-under is supposed to be a higher scoring environment. And then I do like to target defenses that are not great. And so I do like to do a lot of running backs. I think it's just a little bit easier to try to predict running backs on touchdowns than you do with wide receivers, because I've had Justin Jefferson a couple weeks, and he did hurt us 2 weeks ago when we had 4. I had actually 2 of them where I had hit 4 of 5, and Jefferson was the one that missed on both, but he had like 10 receptions for 120 yards. But then you have a guy like, Darren Waller's first game back where he had like 3 receptions. He had 2 touchdowns. So I think receiving is a little bit more difficult to try to figure out who's going to score, unless it's a team that the passing game is very concentrated on just a couple people. Like Arizona is one, Miami now is one like that, where Waddle, Waller, you got McBride, Marvin Harrison Jr. So if there's teams that are just seem to be there's concentrated McCaffrey, but he's a running back. So I do sometimes I do the last two I have that are plus money are going to be wide receivers. So I do like Davante Adams this week against that very bad Ravens defense. Nakua is another. Nakua could break the single game receiving record today the way they are throwing to him. But I'm going to go ahead and take Davante Adams. He was at plus money where Nakua was not. So I'm going to take Davante Adams, and they like to throw to him a lot once it gets down towards the goal line. So I think the Rams can score a ton this week too. So I like Davante Adams touchdown this week. And then the other one I do like is that Chargers game. I think the Chargers can put up some points. Miami defense is not good. The running game, I don't know if they trust those guys to run a ton. So I think Herbert probably throws 40, 45 times this game. And I think Lad McConkey is going to be I could see McConkey, Allen, and Quentin Johnston all getting touchdowns. Could be it. So that might be one to maybe look at round robin, like do a 3-man touchdown, same game parlay with the Chargers, and just do it with Haskins, McConkey, Johnston, Allen. You can even throw Gadsden in there as well. Do those 5. Do a round robin. If you do take 5 guys round robin for 3-man touchdown parlays, it's going to come out to 10 variations of that. And then, so if you put $1 down, that's $10. You play on it. You probably have a little bit of money on plus money and that kind of thing. So that could be one where you can look at doing with that. So those are my 5: Jacobs, Javonte Williams, Davante Adams, Lad McConkey, and then Saquon tonight. $5 on that would profit 140.65 if they all hit. Again, it's going to be one of those where if it gets to the point where I've got 4 that have hit and the one guy's not, I could cash out depending on what that would be. But it's probably going to happen is Barkley will not hit, and it's going to be the game tonight, and then the other 4 will hit, but it won't matter. So those are the ones that I like for that. Now let's look at tonight's Thursday night Eagles at the Giants game. Let's build a 3-leg same game parlay, because we found out the one week I added a 4th leg. That was the only leg that did not hit. So I think I'm going to take a Saquon Barkley anytime touchdown at minus 155. He scored in 4 of the 5 games. I think the Eagles are going to be able to score a little bit. There's always the issue of Jalen Hurts stealing one at the goal line. The only thing is I just don't know if they don't ever get stopped at the 1, then he's not going to have that opportunity. And he can run some in from 5, 10 out or whatever like that. But I just like Barkley with the volume I think he's going to get. He should play. I know he was a little banged up earlier, but I think they're going to try to get him a touchdown against the Giants. So I'm going to take Saquon anytime touchdown. And then I'm going to take an alt total. I'm going to take over 36.5. I know it's a little bit lower, but with these, I'm just trying to get it to where make a little money. So that puts us in the plus at 36.5. I do like both defenses. And I don't know how much the Giants are going to be able to score against the Eagles defense. So I don't want to go too much, because if the Eagles don't score 30, 35 plus on their own, I don't, you start getting to 43, 44, 45, I don't know. So I'm going to take it a little bit safer on a parlay and take 37.5 as the over for the game total. And then I am going to go, which I think is going to be a staple in a lot of weeks, is Jackson Dart's over rushing. He has 37.5 is his rushing over. In the 2 games he has started, he has 54 and 55. So if I take at 37.5, that puts the 3-leg at plus 290. I don't mind that. You put a full unit on it, and $10, and it comes to 39. So that on the Thursday night parlays, that's where I kind of look at. Let's see if I can start the week off in the positive. let's go. I could maybe bump up Dart to 40. I'm just going to play it more safe with the Thursday night game. So place bet has been hit. So the Thursday night parlay tonight, Saquon to score a touchdown anytime, game total over 36.5, and then Jackson Dart over 37.5 rushing yards. I like that. I think that should cash. It should get us back. We have, I believe, in the 5 weeks, I think we've only hit one of the Thursday night parlays. We may have hit two, but I know we just hit one for sure, but it may have been two. So this, I think, will get us back on track, start the week off in a positive way. That is it for ChadLocks this week on week 6 of the NFL. Thank you for tuning in. Go check out later on tonight. The Fantasy Football Island will be dropping here soon. And we talk about kind of like the anatomy of a trade, what goes into it. And then we talk about players we like this week, maybe looking to see who to target and trades, and then also maybe just off waiver wires if you're trying to stream. So check that out. And then I will have tomorrow, we'll be recording the slating rink, which we will talk week 6 main slate on DraftKings. So I know last week we did the Weird Al one there. Maybe there's another theme for it. Who knows? There's rumors that there could be the theme, the TV show Psych could be on that as well. So who knows? You'll have to go check it out and see. That will record tomorrow and should drop tomorrow as well. But thank you for tuning in. Go to fanstreamsports.com. Check out all the action that we have there. Have a great week and go Cubs.